It is the appointed time, and we have a quorum present. I call to order this meeting of the panel on Information Technology and Broadcasting. This is the first meeting of the new year. Item 1 on the agenda. That is the election of chairman and deputy chairman. A notice has been issued by the Secretariat that by the close of the nomination period, we have only received one valid nomination for chairmanship. That is Dr. Julius Ho, nominated by Mr. Peter Shiu and seconded by Ms. Elizabeth Quat. Members, any views? Good. Now, Dr. Julius Ho is not the chairman or deputy chairman of any other panels or government advisory bodies. In accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I announce Dr. Julius Ho elected the chairman for this panel in the session. Congratulations. Now I will hand over the floor to Dr. Julius Ho.
Hi, Daniel.
Since the chairman has been elected, we will proceed with the election of deputy chairman. The secretary has issued a notice that at the close of the nomination period for deputy chairmanship, only one valid nomination is received. That is Mr. Duncan Chiu. He is nominated by Mr. Lam Chun-shing and seconded by Mr. Tang Fei. Any other nominations? I shall count to 3. 1, 2, 3. He is the only member nominated. There is no nomination made just now. Since Mr. Duncan Chiu is not the chairman or deputy chairman of other panels or government advisory bodies, in accordance with the rules of procedure and the House rules, I declare Mr. Duncan Chiu elected this session's chairman for the panel on information, deputy chairman for the panel on Information Technology and Broadcasting. Congratulations. Item 2, application for late membership of the panel. We have received the letter from Mr. Chan Siu-hung dated the 6th of January this year. He made an application for late membership of this panel. In accordance with Rule number 23 brackets B of the House Rules, whether an application for late membership of the panel is accepted should be decided by the panel as a whole, and only when there is sufficient justification can the application be accepted. Only when there is sufficient ground. So I now consult members. Is there any objection against Mr. Chan Siu-hung's application for late membership? No objection. Very good. The more the merrier. Item 3, schedule of meetings for the 2023 session. In the previous legislative session, it was our practice to conduct our regular meeting at 2:30 p.m. on the second Monday for each month. If there is no objection, we will continue the practice, with the exception of the second Monday in April, 10th of April, a public holiday. We invite members to consider rescheduling the meeting to Monday, 3rd of April 2023 at 4:30 p.m. There is no objection. It is decided. Item 4, the items for discussion at the next meeting. The list of outstanding items for discussion has been issued. There are 8 outstanding items. Members, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to suggest it to the panel. Now, the next meeting, the meeting On Monday, 13th of February, there will be 2 items for discussion. That is Hong Kong Innovation and Technology Development Blueprint and the work of the Create Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Design Centre. Members, do you agree that we discuss these 2 items as the meeting on the 13th of February? You may also make your own suggestions. Thank you. The 2023 Legislative Session Work Plan. In accordance with previous practice, we shall meet with the relevant secretaries or directors of bureaus. I myself, as the chairman, and Duncan, the deputy chairman, will meet with the secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry, the secretary for Commerce and Economic Development, and also the secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism concerning our work plan. Earlier on, Ms. Eunice Yung, Mr. Michael Look, together with 6 members from the New People's Party, have sent letters respectively requesting a discussion by this panel concerning the issue of playing the wrong national anthem and also the erroneous search results for national anthem with Google. The Secretariat has requested the administration to give written replies concerning Ms. Eunice Yung's letter and also forwarded the letter from Mr. Michael Look and members from the New People's Party to the administration. So far, no written replies have been made by the administration concerning Ms. Eunice Yung's letter. I agree with the proposal of made by New People's Party's members, and I propose to discuss this item as the meeting with the Secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry. This is a matter that certainly requires a discussion. Any other views? 3 members. Mr. Chan Siu-hung, 2 minutes. Thank you, Chair. I thank members for supporting my late application. I look forward to working closely with members concerning the work of this panel. I agree with the items for discussion at the next meeting. Concerning the items further down the road, item 8 on the list of outstanding items for discussion, restructuring of RTHK and Information Services Department. So the administration's stance is that since the government has been restructured just last July, there is no need to discuss about the restructuring of RTHK so soon. Well, I think we have to look at the results. RTHK is key in terms of telling good stories of Hong Kong and the country. The RTHK and the Information Services Department are the major organs inside the government for these purposes. Currently, they belong to different bureaus. RTHK belongs to is under the CDB, and while the Information Services Department is under the HYAB. We believe that in terms of telling good stories of Hong Kong and country, and also spreading positivity, and also explaining a government's policies, we have to rely on these 2 government organs. We have to have a discussion soon about how to streamline the work of these 2 departments. Thank you. Mr. Lee Chun-kang, I congratulate the chairman. This is the first time I attend a meeting of this panel. I look forward to learning a lot from the chairman and other members. Now, in the future, Hong Kong is going to develop its advanced industry. I understand that the chairman and also the secretary have paid a visit in the mainland. So I wonder whether the secretary can share with us successful examples in the mainland concerning enterprise incubators to help us chart the way forward in Hong Kong. And I wonder, will there be any other study visits to other technology bases in the mainland? Ms. Eunice Yong, I thank the chairman for mentioning my letter to the administration concerning the incident. I look forward to listening to the administration's reply. Now, I think the metadata on the design of the metadata on the government's websites is poorly designed. I made a search concerning national anthem and national flag on the government's website as well as Baidu, but there is no search results linking users to our own website. So I wonder which department is responsible for that. How can we ensure that appropriate search results would come out on search engines? I think we have to improve the design of our website as well. Mr. Tang Fei, thank you, Chairman. So some members have mentioned my concerns as well. We have the Innovation and Technology Development Blueprint, so can we organize some site visits to the mainland? It doesn't have to be far away. Shenzhen has its own successful examples on how we can develop our technological industry. And also, we want to develop supplementary strength with other GBA cities rather than become their competitors. Now, RTHK and the ISD are the most important publicity organs of the government. These two organs still rely on conventional ways of communication with the public. However, at this day and age, new media platforms are the most influential ones. So how can the administration make use of different social media platforms to tell good stories of Hong Kong and also clarify fake news? So I think this is worth a discussion. Thank you. Ms. Elizabeth Quartz. Thank you, Chair. I agree with what other members said. Since cross-boundary travel has resumed, we should travel to other GBA cities to learn about the developments in terms of smart city and smart technologies. And also, on the list of outstanding items for discussion, I think we should add an item concerning the cybersecurity of the government's IT framework. The country has made a lot of efforts in revamping and enhancing cybersecurity for the system. So in Hong Kong, I think we should also review our own cybersecurity. Besides development of smart city, it is also the country's hope that we develop a high-quality GBA city cluster. So what plan does the government have in this regard? I know this is the item for another panel, but I think there should also be a standalone item under this panel to discuss the development of GBA city cluster. Thank you. Concerning exchange tours with the mainland, since the border has resumed, cross-border travel has resumed on the 8th of January. I think in this year there will be a series of exchange tours organized in the mainland, because we have to make up for the previous 3 years. So I share the same view with you. We should start from our neighbors in the GBA. Say, for example, at the Knowledge City in Huangpu, and also the reclaimed area in Shanghai from 13 hectares to 120 hectares, and also Nansha in Shenzhen. So we can make these exchange tours happen. It's very easy, just a one-day trip. And also other provinces. I've just returned from Hunan. So there is an enterprise employing state-of-the-art technology in terms of construction, and also Fujian province and other provinces in the mainland. We need to organize more trips. So if we all agree, we should make up for the lost time and organize more trips this year. So there are some criticisms that we have too much holidays, but I think it would be very beneficial if we organize more exchange and study visits during the holidays. Concerning Ms. Eunice Yong's letter, yes, we will ask the administration to review their metadata. I don't think there is any problem about search results in Baidu. I don't think that would be such an egregious mistake that if you search national anthem, it would show you another country's national anthem. But I think the Hong Kong SAR government should check and make sure that the right search results would come up if you do a search on other search engines. Now about the government's publicity organs, that is a valid point. It has been discussed over the past term of the government. It is very peculiar that the ISD is under the Home Affairs, the then Home Affairs Bureau, and the RTHK is under the Commerce and Economic Development Bureau. They are doing their job, but if there is no synergy, the effects would be weakened. So based on the value for money principle, I think we have to accord priority to the to this item. That is the synergy between RTHK and the ISD. So I will move it ahead so that there can be a better effort in telling good stories of Hong Kong.
Have I missed anyone? I believe I've covered everyone's comments. These are the things we need to take forward. Let's bear in mind that now we're talking about a 3.5-hour living circle made possible by the express rail link. This is a great way to show what we can do. Mr. Dennis Leung speaking for the first round. Our country has given us a mission to develop into an international innovation and technology center. We need talent taking part in the development. But across industries, there's been a labor crunch, labor shortage. Over the past years, I worked with Mr. Duncan Chiu in exploring ways to nurture local talent. We looked at primary schools and secondary schools. But education and innovation and technology, and then labor and welfare, each bureau is working in its own silo. Chair, can we make an unprecedented move by bringing together the Innovation and Technology Bureau, the Education Bureau, and the Labor and Welfare Bureau? Previously, now there was an INT initiative for secondary schools, and then there's also a learn more about INT for primary school. So there's an INT scheme for secondary school and then a scheme for primary school. The Education Bureau is not part of these schemes. We can't tell what's being done or how things are working in terms of education. If we want to develop into an innovation and technology center, we need to bring talent here. Can we bring the three bureaus together? Can we have more collaboration for the Education Bureau, Labor and Welfare Bureau, and the Innovation, Industry and Technology Bureau? We need to take the lead here. Ms. Elizabeth Quat. Mr. Duncan Chiu. Mr. Duncan Chiu, please. As the other members have mentioned, I echo the members' comments. As Mr. Dennis Leung was saying, even before the INT blueprint came out, my office wrote to the government proposing measures on talent. The policy address proposes measures on attracting talent. As Mr. Dennis Leung was saying, there's work to be done on getting local talent. We need talent if we want to develop into an INT center. Other members mentioned visits to different places. The mainland leads in many areas of technology development. We're trying to get a single portal for government services. In Shenzhen, in Hangzhou, in Macau, they have similar initiatives. We can learn from their experience. But there's more to INT. We need research and development. We can consider visiting places successful in R&D. Israel is an example. They have startups in R&D. That's something we can consider for visits or duty visits. Ms. Elizabeth Quat. Other members mentioned talent. It's a pressing concern. In the tech sector, there is a labor manpower in the 20th Party Congress report. Science, education, and talent, all these are interrelated. We have three bureaus overseeing these portfolios. We need a joint panel involving education, manpower, and INT. We need to sit down and talk about nurturing and bringing in talent. So it would be great if, Chair, you can help arrange this. For duty visits, it's a tough task to rely just on our secretariat. Now that the legislative branch is getting along well with the executive branch, we support the government's policies. So I have an idea. Chair, can you talk to the relevant bureau directors? Let's work something out together. Find out what the bureaus want to focus on. There are places that we can learn from. When these bureaus arrange visits, we tag along, we look at the same development. It will take a lot more time if we're just relying on our own secretariat. We can do day trips, or we can do overnight trips. We can do those over weekends. We can talk to those bureau directors about these trips. I note members' comments. This can also help avoid duplicate efforts. We can achieve synergy by working together. Just then, Dennis was talking about education, labor and welfare, innovation and technology, things falling under the purview of different panels. You made a good point. We need to talk to the Secretariat about bringing different things together and doing a joint panel. Now that COVID has eased off, maybe we can listen to the trade instead of just relying on ourselves. Maybe we can get the trade to share their thoughts with us. We can try to do something in the first quarter. We need to make up for lost time, try to make up the lost ground over the past 4 years. So we can certainly think about visits, listen to the trade. We need to do what's possible and get the government to take the lead. That will also help foster the ties between the executive and the legislature. These members have made great points. I will follow up with the secretariat. We have to end the meeting by 5 p.m. 4:30, my bad. We have to end at 4:30. We now move on to the fifth item, visits, duty visit. On January the 20th, from 2:30 to 5 p.m., the Subcommittee on Matters relating to the development of smart city will visit the Smart Government Innovation Lab. So this will be a lab visit. If your schedule permits, please join us for the trip. The deadline for signing up will be January 18th. That's Wednesday. If there are no other business, we will have to end here. There's no other business. I'm adjourn the meeting here. Thank you.